Hey, how's it going? I'm Ryan Hefner, and this is the All Play Podcast. So, I always start these episodes with and give some weird excuse about why I haven't been able to have an episode out as regularly as I want to be. The truth is, the kids have been in these summer camps. They're all different hours a day. And the normal time when I try to sneak in a recording, which is typically in like the afternoon of the day before I have to head upstairs, just has been getting kind of taken from me. So it's going to make do with what I can. But last couple weeks, I just want to do basically a follow up on where I left last week and a few updates since. So I was working on OpenGraph.com and working on the website as well as some tools I was talking about. I ended up doing the browser extensions and actually submitted the browser extensions to the I guess four of the five extension stores. So I submitted it to the Google Chrome store or Chrome Web Store, sorry, Chrome Web Store, the Firefox add-ons, the Microsoft Edge add-ons, as well as the Opera add-ons. And so far, three of the four have actually already been processed and approved and are live right now. So the Google Chrome Web Store is live, Firefox add-ons is live, and Opera add-ons, or not Opera add-ons, Microsoft Edge is live. Still waiting on Opera, and haven't submitted to Safari yet because of the whole Xcode submittal thing. It just kind of adds another level to it. But gonna explore that, but also know that there's a few things I need to fine tune in the extensions probably before I do that. So extensions. It's a wild world out there. There's a lot of nuance as far as the differences between how the extensions perform across browsers, across even browser variants. The stuff that I'm finding as far as like the Google Chrome and the Chrome-based browsers, there's differences obviously there as well. So Google Chrome, the way that I have it set up right now is it uses the V3 manifest and the app launches by default in this side panel, which is really cool because the side panel, I don't know if, I actually haven't used any extensions that utilize this yet, but also I guess maybe I haven't been exploring all the extensions that are out there for offer right now. But I guess maybe I should explore some more just to make sure that OpenGraph is, up to snuff with the state of extensions. But the side panel is really awesome. The Basically what you end up doing is you launch the OpenGraph browser extension. It launches in the side panel, and then I have a little toggle on the extension to where as you navigate around pages on your site, it automatically loads the OpenGraph data for each of those pages, which is pretty cool. So it's the OpenGraph data, it's the metadata, as far as favicon, title, description, as well as canonical URL, and then also the Twitter card stuff. So that's working really good. I'm going to see if I can try to like thread the needle with the Google Chrome extension or the Chrome extension and figure out a way to basically both support the non-native Chrome browser, so essentially things like Arc and Dia, as well as the native one. The only thing is that poses a little problem there is basically the default action when you click that extension, it'll open it in a pop-up, but I need to figure out a way to basically tell whether or not you're in a browser that supports the side panel, and if you are, try to then launch it directly into the side panel view, and if not, I'll have to give I think you can launch it via like some sort of context menu, which is kind of weird. Maybe I might be able to put a button in the pop-up itself. But I don't know. It poses a lot of like kind of wonkiness as far as how you structure the extension and when you have access to something. Because the unfortunate thing is basically Arc and Dia technically have the calls. It's just they go nowhere. They don't do anything. So they kind of just get gobbled up. I need to see if there's a way to. It doesn't seem like there's like any sort of like error promise handling on that call that will then let you kind of fall back into launching a pop-up or launching the side panel. It's just a little bit wonky, but regardless, they're live. So if you want to install it in Chrome and it works good. Microsoft Edge also side panel support, which is awesome and works really great on Edge. So Edge is looking good. Firefox and Opera, the pop-up experience isn't the greatest. It's nice to actually be able to reference this stuff, especially the auto loading of the page. Like as you navigate, is a little bit lost because once you basically blur the extension, it doesn't stay up when you start navigating around to other things. So then you have to kind of launch it again every time. Not terrible, but also not the best experience. I do think the side panel seems to be the best experience of the for these kind of extensions. But we'll see where we take it. I'm trying not to get too hung up on the extension. I just want to get something quick and out. That's why I have it out. There's more stuff I need to add to it. There's little tweaks I want to do to the styling and just like the general flow of the extension. But just going to try to keep getting stuff out and updating the site so that way I can kind of share more and more what OpenGraphs is going to become. So I'm working on the landing pages for the browser extensions, which will include videos, which I'm going to be recording and posting up onto those extension pages on the various, add-on web store places. And yeah, so I'm feeling good about that. Feeling good about having those out. The thing the thing that's been slowing me down a little bit is I'm just trying to really find the words to explain what exactly OpenGraphs is and just kind of showcase the problem. The thing is, OpenGraph images, they kind of maybe are a little bit more of a vitamin. But I have a feeling as more and more things like with AI and I guess things getting consumed, it's going to be, I think, more important to have these things be really kind of portable, and hopefully the way that sites and links are being surfaced will rely more on this stuff. I mean, it already does on social media, but I don't know. I feel like I'm wrestling the resistance a little bit in my head. I I find the setup that I have to be really valuable and streamlined. I think others will too, but I just need to get it out onto paper and get it into the website and out for other people to basically learn about and evaluate whether it works for them. So trying really hard to basically capture all that and get it into a nice kind of punchy, copy on the website. And so that way people understand exactly what it is and hopefully stir up some attention about it. I also posted a update to IndieHackers. I'm going to try to share some updates there, both because I think, obviously this is kind of a tool that appeals to people who are making stuff. And if you can make stuff and offer tools that allow people to make stuff faster, that's good. But I also want to just get in the rhythm of sharing stuff, both just on social media, but also in those kind of communities in areas where updates are kind of meant to be shared. I've been slowly dipping a toe into Reddit, which I never really have in the past. And so trying to figure out that space and just kind of getting a read on how people are sharing, what kind of interactions people are getting, because the thing that's going to make or break this thing is really, I think, just awareness and distribution. And basically, I don't think from like a technical standpoint, I'm going to run into any issues. It's really just more of, can I communicate the values that it adds? Is it going to be properly priced? And do I have enough awareness and traffic and demand to basically justify me continuing to work on it? So we're going to find all that stuff out, but I'm just going to keep putting stuff out there and see how it goes. So I'll include the links to the extensions in the show notes. I'll also have a link to the IndieHackers post. So if you want to go over there, check it out. I'm going to be making another update over on IndieHackers as I kind of continue to flesh out the extensions and try to, get some more users using those things. Going to have some updates coming out to the site shortly, which won't be in the show notes, but will be in the next episode that I launch. But yeah, so that's the update with opengraphs.com. Check it out at opengraphs.com. Sign up for the newsletter. I'm going to start sending out updates as these things are going live and continue to flesh out the site while I flesh out the apps well, the app and well, apps maybe. I did end up submitting for a Webflow developer partner account, and that was also approved too. So, going to be digging into some of these different services where you can kind of hook in to the actual apps and make it to where it's really easy to integrate OpenGraphs wherever you are. So, that might be a little bit, I don't know, ambiguous as far as like what the plan is there, but I think you got it. So, yeah. For more episodes, check out allplay.fm. Once again, I'm Ryan Hefner and going to be sharing some updates as I build stuff. All right, I'll play you out. All right, have a great one. Later.